Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and this is going to be my review of Mechanic Resurrection, starring Jason Statham and Jessica Alba and a bunch of other people that I don't recognize. Mechanic Resurrection is a follow up to the very well received Mechanic that originally starred Ben Foster. And it's a straightforward tale where we have our hitman played by Jason Statham, and he's basically in retirement. And of course, you know that doesn't last long. Some people track him down and they force his hand and tell him he has to put down 3 hits in 3 days, and all the hits must look like accidents, which is what he excels at. So the original Mechanic, I really like that movie. It's not just an action movie. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of heart to it, and I think a big part of that had to do with, well, one, how it was written, two, how it was directed, and three, definitely the presence of Ben Foster, who I think is one of the more underrated actors that exist out there. I think he's a guy that always gives 100%, even in movies that don't necessarily need 100%. He's just that guy. You see it in films like Pandemonium. What's the other one? I think 30 Days of Night. He plays the kind of vagrant guy that comes into town, and he's kind of the herald of the vampires that's coming. This guy is always on another level, and I just love watching him work. Here we have Jessica Alba. Now, Jessica Alba, I have no issue with Jessica Alba. I think she's good at what she does, but she's not like the greatest actress out there. You know, she does a serviceable job in every movie she's in, and that's about it. Of course, she plays his love interest. And they do put kind of a twist on the whole love interest thing here that I liked a lot. Instead of you basically getting the predictable 1, 2, 3. I don't want to go into too much details because Mechanic Resurrection just came out, and I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen it as yet. They do manage. I think how the way they handle that story is pretty decent. That is to say, that's not why anybody wants to see this movie. You guys want to see Jason Statham do Jason Statham, and here, of course, he does that really well. So well that this movie is very different from Mechanic. Now, Mechanic is a very cool Hitman movie, but it's very reminiscent to me of 70s retro detective action movies. You know, it has that kind of laid back vibe to it. And his Hitman is a very grounded character who, he's kind of a guy who, he does what he does. He takes no pleasure in what he does, but he's very good at what he does, you know, and he's unapologetic for what he does. Here, this movie is basically an action movie. There's no layers to it. There's no drama to it. There's no heart to it, if the best way I can put it. It's a lot of action. And I think mainstream audiences are gonna love this movie. People who just in it for what's on the surface, they just want a good action movie, are really gonna enjoy this movie. I would go as far as saying this Mechanic Resurrection is what the last Hitman movie should have been. The assassinations in this movie is so well done. I loved it. My absolute favorite being, there's a scene, well, it's in the trailer, where he kills a guy by drilling a hole through a pool that he has that hangs off the building he lives in. This setup, the way he goes about taking out people, everything. If you've played the video game Hitman, all the people who've played Hitman and love Hitman as much as I do will get such a kick out of this. It's like, for the last 2 Hitman movies that disappointed the shit out of us, this movie makes up for that. This movie is the Hitman movie we wanted. I mean, as it, even down to the knocking people out and dressing like them. There's everything here, and of course, Jason Statham being bald. He's a perfect Agent 47. They should have picked him in to be Agent 47 in the first place instead of that weirdo guy from the last one. So that is where I give this movie huge props. The assassinations are very well done, especially the first two. It's just to watch him plan it out and execute it is a lot of fun. Other than that, the other actors involved, the bad guy is just a bad guy. His reasons for doing what he's doing is bad guy stuff. There's no intricacies to him. You know, when was the last time we really get a bad guy with layers? What, Loki from the Avengers? That's about it. You know, these guys are always just your generic bad guy. Even Christopher Waltz Inspector was like, whatever. I really don't give a crap. So, like I said, the positives of this movie, the action sequences, definitely the action sequences. They're well shot, they're well handled. Everything about them are awesome, and Jason Statham does action like nobody does these days. The story itself, honestly, you won't care. The love story between Jessica Alba and Jason Statham, it's fine, it's serviceable. The chemistry between them it's subpar, but it's fine, you know, whatever. Like I said, you're gonna watch it, enjoy it for what it is, a straightforward action movie. But if you're looking for it to be as meaningful as the first Mechanic movie, it's nowhere near that level. It just doesn't have that heart. So I'm gonna give Mechanic a 6 out of 10. Okay guys, till next time.